If two wrongs make a right, then do two bottoms make a top?
You know the sound you make while bottoming?
The sound I make when I'm bottoming is Patti LuPone trying to eject a throatful of peanut butter.
Hello and welcome back to
What's the Safe Word?
I'm Amp.
And I'm a top.
Now wait a minute.
I'm a top.
And I'm Sampson.
And today
We are talking about bottoming.
you opened this video. Look, what did you think we were going to talk about?
Look at me. Now look at your top. Now look back at me. Now look back at your top. Sadly, your top isn't me. Because he does not possess the vernacular that he thinks he does.
These jelly beans are now prep pills. We're gonna get down to the bottom of things and we're gonna talk about our bottoming pro tips for all you little anal retentive cuties out there.
Now in this channel in the past, we've done a few videos on the bottoming basics, bottoming 101, if you will.
But today we are going into the bottoming pro tips that we have for ourselves. And we also asked you online for the tips that you wish you would have had when you first started bottoming, getting into the 101s, the 201s, the 301s, the 404s.
Error 404, bottom not found.
Oh. So Samson, are you ready to get to the bottom of things?
Absolutely.
And the first pro tip comes from Pelly, who says, you guys are having bottoming success? Oh. I mean, everybody starts somewhere. While this is not a pro tip, I do think it's a pro moment that we can kind of talk about. My first bottoming experiences when it came to anal were not good. My very first time bottoming, the top was, first of all, very rude when it came to like needing to do a spot check. And then not having the patience for me to just like go clean up a little bit. He just said, you know what, you can go, and pushed me out with like my pants still around my ankles as I'm trying, like trauma.
I think a lot of this comes down to tops needing to be a little bit more considerate when realizing that they don't have to do anything to prepare. And for us, it's like a lifestyle.
Bottoming lifestyle.
It is.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
get
have
it.
to make a lot of changes, a lot of different choices. My first bottoming experience was terrible too. I think for the first time, even if you have a top who's super gentle, and luckily I had a top who was very aware and conscious, it's still like a little bit painful and you're feeling sensations that are new and kind of scary that you've never felt before.
Not just, but somehow reborn together.
Right in front of my salad?
How many times do you think you bottomed in your life?
Oh, so
Give me some
many.
gay math.
Some gay math as an escort? Probably thousands of times.
At this point, probably,
Yeah.
yeah, between sexy work stuff as well as fun, as well as toys. Like
Toys.
bottoming, once you get into it and you find your groove and you find your little, inside button. Oh, bottoming, once you find what about it turns you on and gets you excited and you can enjoy, is just like the whole new world. A whole new world.
A whole new world.
That's where the comma goes. Yeah,
Yeah,
a whole
that's where the
comma.
comma goes. Yeah, you know when the top goes in really fast and you're like enjoying yourself and then he pulls out.
Next question. Okay.
And this next tip comes from Buck Harder. Buck, I love you. And Buck says, chia seeds have become my best friend.
Buck puts 2 tablespoons in their morning shake and increases their fiber, has made the pre-game process significantly easier. I even looked into it. Plenty of eating well websites talk about how chia seeds is one of the best foods to help you poop.
Do you think that we can get a Buck Harder chia pet?
Chia.
That's so cute. I want like a little 3D print of his head with like some holes so we can have his little floof.
Did you ever have a chia pet?
No, I never have.
You could still get the RuPaul one.
Oh my God. But yeah, Cliff sells them in Castro. Sometimes they're in the window and I'm like, this is cursed. This is like old, like season 2 RuPaul back when she was doing her own makeup and it's rough.
Oh. So with things like extra fibrous things like chia or even like fiber pills, it's important to know how much is the right amount because you also don't want to make it to the point where you're constipated because that's going to lead to tears or difficulty, bowel movements, constipation, hemorrhoids. You don't want to spend too long in the clean out process because that will cause lasting effects on your body. This next one from Andrew says, you have to actually want it. If you're enthusiastic about it enough, you won't even need those harmful aromas, just patience and lube. There's bits and pieces of this I agree with and I really love. I think enthusiastic headspace really does get you over any hump that might be your body tensing up or being like, ooh. That said, if you need to use some inhalants, if you need a little smell, if you need extra lube, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it's all about risk-aware play, right? Like, don't overdo it. There's nothing worse than showing up, because I'm versed, right? Like I bottom sometimes, like top sometimes. There's nothing worse as a top than going and feeling like you're fucking a dead body because bottom is like
Starfished out.
Yeah, just like gonzo, that feels terrible. So don't do that. Be mindful. You want to be, relaxed. You want to be excited, enthusiastic, but you shouldn't make the top feel like this is a survival run.
I will say I get into a great headspace where I don't ever need my inhalants. I don't ever need to pop off, but I know people that do rely on that even when they are in a good space.
Sure. I don't rely on it, but I do really like it. I will say, I think that's kind of maybe what I would recommend the healthy balance is. At least that's what it is for me. I don't think it's good to be dependent or reliant on something, but having it maybe enhance your experience, that's great.
And actually, this question is great for today's sponsor as well, because if you're trying to get better habits, whether it's in the bedroom or outside the bedroom, it does start with eating right and treating your body right with today's sponsor, Fume. For headspace, smoking, stress, not getting enough sleep, like that can all mess with your headspace too. So it's knowing how your body works and knowing what works best, but also if you're gonna, don't smoke. All right, there's nothing more like turn-offy than like smoke breath.
Oh, showing up to a trick and having it just be full cigarette.
Yeah. Or full any sort of substance. Just be smart, be conscientious, and be open to building new habits with today's sponsor, Fume. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that's perfect for anyone who's looking to break away from some bad habits or just wanting something enjoyable to use. It's nicotine-free, non-toxic, and completely guilt-free. Now, flavored air isn't like vaping. If vapor was compared to sticky sodas, Fume's cores are closer to herbal teas. Fume has lots of delicious flavors to choose from, like crisp mint, orange vanilla, and with flavored air, you can satisfy your oral fixation, which I know a thing about, through a passive diffusion system that utilizes no electronics, vapor, or combustion. Even physiology shows stopping a bad habit cold turkey is hard for your brain, and Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calming nervous tension, and distracting you from your bad habit with delicious flavors and just a little bit of fidgeting. With no batteries, no vapor, and nothing to charge, it's easy to use, safe anywhere, and looks amazing with a sleek, high-quality design that anyone can love unboxing. With refreshing flavors like mint that reminds you of an herbal tea, or just an orange vanilla that reminds you of your favorite dessert, Fume fills the void of that bad habit, but also helps to make a difference and promote wellness and better habits within your life, as well as being backed by doctors within the US. So switch it up and start a new habit for yourself, or get a gift for one of your family members with Fume by heading to tryfume.com/Safeword and use code Safeword to get a free Fume topper when you order a journey pack. It's the perfect addition to make your gift even more special. It's something your favorite pup or kinkster can chew on. Again, go to tryfume.com/Safeword or just use the QR code on screen and join the over 500,000 people who have already made the switch to Fume as part of their daily habit change journey. Grab yours now, support the show, and try my favorite flavor, cinnamon. Fume!
Which is the sound that your old nicotine vape is going to make when you throw it out the window.
I thought that was the sound of you sitting on a... Okay, so knowing thyself starts with knowing thy diet. If you are going to be bottoming, high in fiber foods are really good. Make sure that you're avoiding anything that's going to act up on the stomach, so like milks, spice, red meats, they say to avoid.
Yes.
Anything that upsets your stomach, like fried foods, bad diet for bottoming.
And a lot of it is just knowing how you process food. A lot of this is going to be learning through, unfortunately, trial and error. So if you can enjoy playing with a toy, for example, and you learn over the course of many sessions how you are going to respond to certain foods, and you can kind of think back and track through your day what you were doing to prep and how that directly reflected your experience as a bottom, then you can better plan for in-person play in the future.
As far as knowing the time, you can actually have like some seeds, like some sunflower seeds or nuts. And you can track how long your digestive system works to get that out of your system by just seeing it in the toilet, you know? If you ever need to know the timing of that.
Or you can just be Carol Channing and, I don't remember eating corn.
Or you can just take some fiber. I put a spoonful of just general fiber, not flavored fiber. I usually go for Benefiber. You can get it easily from Costco in gigantic jugs. It's flavorless, easy to mix, and goes great in coffee. You don't even taste it. Unless you like the orange stuff that tastes like Tang, but don't put that in your coffee.
Just a spoonful of fiber helps the
bottoming
go down.
Well,
it does.
He does go down.
The other big part of this is timing, right? And so especially as someone who does a lot of content stuff, just barely this week, I was filming with someone who was amazing, and we were cleaning out, getting ready. And then I got to his place and we just like were sitting and chatting for an hour, and I was like super nervous to make a good impression. So I was like, I don't want to rush this along.
There's a time.
We're on borrowed time, girl.
It turns into Mission Impossible once you feel that stomach go gurgle, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, you just want to be able to understand that when you are cleaning out, there's going to be a window of time. So you want to give yourself like maybe 5-10 minutes after you're done cleaning out to make sure that everything is settled. And then you're on kind of a clock for, 30 to 45 minutes until things start moving again.
My big thing though is context here. Are you going for a little bit of butt play that'll last 15 minutes? Or are you going for some deep play with toys or maybe some hands-on play? Which leads perfectly into this next tip from Rubber Drone Pup that says, don't douche too deep. How long, how deep, what is the general practices that you go for when cleaning out for butt stuff?
How deep is your love?
About 6 to 8 inches with the right douche nozzle,
Yeah. No, I think that there's really two kinds of cleanouts here, right? You've got like the quick and fast, like you're only going to be going dick deep, right? Because for an average person, right, if you're only going to go like 6 to 8 inches in, it's fine. But once you are going to do some more longer term play or some depth play or
3D. When bottoming, there's usually 2 different kinds of cleanouts people will go for. The really short and sweet little like douche bulb that you can squeeze and get up in there. Make sure it's always with water, never that salty saline solution. And the other is usually hooking up a diverter on your shower system, something with a little nozzle or a little switch here. And then you get the douche nozzle attached to a hose. That is for some deep cleaning. It can be for normal anal, but this is how you're gonna literally pressure wash the inside of your butt.
Yeah, or the inside of your nose.
I have so many concerns with your clean out process.
I always like to say if using a bulb douche is like using a screwdriver, using a shower shot is like a drill. It's just gonna make the whole job a lot easier, a lot more automated. You're gonna be ready faster, you're gonna be more confident for your top, and you're gonna feel cleaner.
And that's where having something like a diverter or some system to control the pressure is really important. You don't want to go too hard, too fast in there because you'll get too much water. It takes forever to get it out. And it can also cause a lot more micro tears inside of your anal cavity. The more tears there, the harder it's going to be to bottom, the worse your experience might also be.
Hello, 911. I'd like to report a bad top. He scheduled on Scruff and then waited for me to clean out for an hour and a half and then canceled. Please go to his house and send him to jail immediately.
That is like, no, but that is it. That is it. Like if I'm scrolling on the apps or waiting for my, booty. Are we just leaving him here?
It's a Ouija board.
Grab that side. Okay.
Yes. Oh my God. You're not moving this, are you?
No, it's not me.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Great Ouija board. Who's the bottom in this room? Another pro tip for bottoming, especially if you're going to be going with other people, I've actually carved a little letter in the bottom of my douche nozzle because when you start rooming with people at hotels or like for events, you never want to swap nozzles,
Sure, yeah, that's not great. I mean, your microbiome is very, very sensitive as well to different water types, different diets. And so bringing your own douche nozzle is great. A lot of hotels now are actually starting to standardize having the hardware for this, and then you can just bring your own douche nozzle.
And if you're gonna have your own douche nozzle, I would say avoid the metal unless you really prefer it. The silicone nozzles are a lot more forgiving and a lot more comfy.
If you're going to be bottoming while traveling and you need to do gay stuff, go to the hotel's website and check out the inner room pictures before you go and travel. You'll know if you can get a shower shot nozzle, because usually those little shower heads, on the hose, you can just switch those out, or you can intentionally bring what I call a little hanging bag. And this is my favorite thing to do that doesn't have too much pressure. It travels, it can go anywhere, and it literally just goes around the shower head itself. This is one of my tips. It's very easy to use. But it works just like a shower shot, minus
the fact that it uses gravity instead of water pressure, and it just hangs right around your shower head.
And then you can hook your little shower nozzle up to the hose. And it's also not going to ruin the hotel if you try to travel with one of those little wrenches to install your shower shot system. You'll get in trouble for that. Don't do that, because they started epoxying the showers because of y'all.
I will say for your own personal home, though, a lot of people get really nervous to take on the DIY project of installing a shower shot. I promise it's really not that hard. Call up your favorite lesbian. She'll do it for you, no problem. Hello, Brenda. I'm sorry to interrupt your Home Depot trip. Do you mind coming over a little bit later and installing my shower shot for me? Thanks. Love you. Bye. And that's why you put the L first in LGBT.
You talk to your lesbian like your mom.
Yeah.
This next one from Mac on Bluesky made me cackle. Blow your nose when cleaning out. It helps with the last bit. Have you ever done this?
The bit. No, I can't say that I have ever done this, but that does go kind of in line with knowing how your own personal body works, which you'll learn.
Shut the fuck up. No, I did this last night and it worked really well.
Okay. All right.
I was in that last little bit where you're unsure if you got all the water out. And I'm just like, I stood up and did like the little like jiggle, like dance to get the water going. Sat down, blew my nose.
Work. Love that for you. I mean, what I really need to do is just take you back to an arcade where you can play Dance Dance Revolution.
You clean out, you put the water in your body, you go to the DDR mat. You just hope to God nothing happens. Getting the water out.
Your downstairs neighbors must love you.
Right.
Up next from Blar Dragon on Bluesky, foreplay, relax a bit, use some lube. And did I mention foreplay?
Foreplay, Rose. Foreplay. I'm always a fan of foreplay. Get someone warmed up. You can't just go in dry. You can't go from 0 to 60.
4-play, 5-play, 6-play. I think a lot of the success that comes from bottoming is actually the relaxation aspect of it, right? If you are like tense and clenching and you're really worried about, oh my God, am I clean? And is this person gonna have a good experience with me? Or I'm stressing out, like you're not gonna have a very good experience. And also setting the mood, you know, get your lights set to something that makes you feel sexy. Get your music on, right? Get your white noise machine so you're not hearing the 24 Divisadero bus driving past my fucking apartment every 14 minutes going beep, beep, please hold on.
The only thing I will disagree with here, use some lube? No, use lube, and lots of it, and even more of it. And this is where you get one of my pro tips, which is not just lube, but lube shooting. This is life-saving. This game changer. This gets that lube up inside your body, and then you can squeeze it in there. No disrespect to the tops, but the tops never use enough lube. And as a bottom, I'm gonna make sure that I have enough lube already up inside me. And sometimes when the top feels that it's a little bit easier to get in there, they think that they're second in line, and some of them like that. And the way that it works is you put it in the liquid fully, you pull it back, and then you put it up inside yourself, and you just,
Why does it smell like corn? I also think general bottom etiquette is guarantee your own results, bring your own lube, bring your own supplies, right? Make it as comfortable an experience as possible for you. Along with that, I think that, oh girl, no, Brenda, I'd like to report another bottoming crime.
it's water-based, okay? And it's flavored, it's the cherry flavor, and it works really well, and it numbs. Don't use numbing lubes. Your body's saying stop for a reason.
And with not using numbing lubes, this is one of those areas that I'm a big fan of. Invest in yourself and invest in your intimacy. I promise buying the more expensive lube makes a massive difference. I know that it's kind of like, this is expensive and this feels dumb to waste money on something that I can buy on Amazon for cheaper. But like personally, not an ad, but I use gun oil. I really like it. And it's pretty expensive. It's pretty pricey, you know, but it really makes a massive difference.
Big, huge.
Next from Winged Sage, 10 Imodium.
10?
10 Imodiums, and then you have a fleet.
10?
You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
10? Doctors say you shouldn't take more than 4 2-milligram or 8 milligrams worth of Imodium or some sort of antidiuretic to help keep your body from passing, everything. But that is for an extreme day, long scene, and even then, don't take more than 1 or 2.
It's not even meant to be taken every single day unless you have a note from your doctor that says that's okay. Imodium is going to push a slow. Now think about it like a power up in a video game that's just going to slow your digestive system. And things conversely, like if you have a lot of coffee, a lot of caffeine, green tea, that's going to speed it up.
The gold star is an Imodium, and
oh my God,
makes you are invulnerable for like 10 seconds. And then as soon as the Imodium wears off, the stomach guard, like game over.
Do you think if we started making Imodium vodka crayon flavored, then we would have twinks more likely to use it?
Next tip. This one comes from Jazz, who says, if time permits, I will always try to use a toy for a short time period after completing douching to ensure things are fully good to go. There have been times that I have not done this, where I thought I was good until you got the real eggplant emoji in me and there was still water up there. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, my cleanup process, I usually take about 30 to 45 minutes because I'm usually cleaning out to go out to like the bar and have some fun. But even then, like halfway through my cleanup process, I'll start the real shower where you're cleaning your body, and I'll be generally checking myself with a toy that I have in my shower.
Yeah, I think this is a great tip. And the thing that you want to be really considerate of as a bottom is you don't want to spray water on your top and then they have them turn into a mermaid, because Arnar, Liar, the bottom. You sprayed me with water.
Do you remember the DCOM 13th year?
Oh,
Do you not know what I'm talking about? Do you not know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God, Disney Channel original movies.
Oh, those were rough.
They were so bad.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with bottoming? I'm so sorry. Mermaids are bottoms? Is that what we got here?
Yeah.
But Daddy, I love him. He's not that good of a top, Ariel. For me, I have what's called the Charlie horse from Square Peg Toys. I like, especially for the toys you're just trying to get the water out or get your hole ready for play, because you don't go from 0 to 60. I like a toy that starts out nice and tapered and gets a bit thicker, or you get something that you can really test your hole. Like this is great. It's also squishy. I like the Charlie horse or the Slink, if you've ever seen the Slink.
Yeah. The other pro tip that I've heard about bottoming that I've personally never done, but I know some bottoms find useful, is weigh yourself like with a really precise scale before you clean out. Because when you get out, if there's still a lot of water in you, then you'll weigh more than when you started.
That's wild.
I know.
I love that though. That's so practical.
In theory, there should be less in you because you're getting rid of stuff. Water weighs 8.8 pounds per gallon. And so if you have more water in you still, you'll know.
The top comes over and it's like, man, you're looking thick. And you're like, no, it's just water weight.
Just water weight. Oh, sorry. I'm having a hard time losing the baby weight. Being pregnant in a Studio 54 tank top is wild.
Drinking for two.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Anyway.
A few moments later.
Pamper your hole. Get lube with aloe and moisturize your hole. Helps prevent a lot of the micro tears and irritation you can experience from douching or bottoming.
Okay. I'm a fan of getting the lube that works for you. I'm a silicone girly, but I've never thought of like aloe in the back end.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Like I use this guy. This is like a shea sugar scrub. And so I don't get this up inside of me, but it does kind of help with like the general soothing of the actual area. Also, when you are cleaning out, it helps to be thinking about what is your top going to smell when they are nomming on the booty. And so using something that is like maybe just a little bit scented, right? You don't want to do something super chemically that's going to potentially get inside of you, but something that's really like benign and body friendly. That's fine to go outside of your hole.
And if you just had salsa, an avocado butt scrub
will be complimentary.
It's an avocado.
Thanks.
Just spitting it a little bit. Oh my God, spit is not lube. For the record, spit is not lube. Tops, I love that you think you have this privilege to just spit in the hole and go at. No, spit is not lube.
And if you've pre-negotiated with your top that they have lube and you show up and it's just spit, walk out on them.
It's like my mom always said, pamper your hole or pay the toll. Your mom not say that?
No. This next one comes from Alpha Dog Gunner. Plugging before you play.
So you pull out the little Atari like 60 game mix that you plug into your TV and you're just ready to go, right?
Well, you have to switch to channel 3 first.
Yeah, and then make sure line is on.
Sure.
Will you be my player too?
Yes, I will always be your player too.
Good, because I'm gonna fucking kill. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you. Street Fighter, go. I'm always a fan of plugging after I've done my clean out process. Not only does it help you to get your hole open, but also it gives you that nice full feeling where your body just kind of gets used to it.
I do plug for play, ripping it out of your bottom like you're starting a lawnmower. Boom! Fart Rider, so nope. Fart Strider.
Fart Rider.
Fart Strider follows up with Kegel exercises. Being able to your partner is a top pleaser every time.
Do some Kegels with me right now.
Because if you don't squeeze it, no one else will.
Kegel exercises not only raise that pelvic floor so you get a more powerful but can also help you control the back end a little bit. It does help when you can kind of stimulate the top, even when, you know, they're like on that edge. And
my safe word is actually a safe action, and it's SOS in Morse code with my.
What if they don't know Morse code?
Well, then they're a bad top.
And last but not least today, this one from Andrew says, be open to new sensations and practice radical acceptance if things get messy. If things don't work out, if the clean out's just not working, there is nothing I respect more than someone being like, the body oddie's not working today. Can we do something different?
There's like this whole other wheel of fulfillment that you can do other activities.
I'm a really big fan of massage work. Even if there is bottoming happening or not, I'll still do like some nice rubbing. Make the top or the bottom that you're playing with feel good, regardless of what's going on, if there's penetration or not. If shit happens, be cool. give the person a second to check things, to get spot checked, to reevaluate.
Ultimately, as a top, you've got to realize that we are putting things in places where poop goes, right? Like that, this is just the reality of it.
But don't shame someone because they're trying to make this experience fun for you too.
Yeah.
And I like that as the last question to end on, being able to accept yourself as well as just be comfortable in your body. And that also goes along with being safe, being risk aware, and also knowing like your contraceptive models, if you're using condoms, if you're doing PrEP, Doxy, like being open and communicative about that is going to make not only the experience for you hopefully more relaxing and easier, but help you to have a good experience with your top. And that's where we're going to leave it today. All on the floor, all over the floor. Wow, you really didn't know how to clean out. It's just all over the floor. Bottoming doesn't see gender, doesn't see identity. It just sees a hole and it says, let's get to town.
Bottoming is like Madonna on Instagram Live at the beginning of the pandemic being like, bottoming is the great equalizer. Like getting really
and then
poetic.
she's sniffing like inhalants live on, and
because she's what? A bottom.
I was gonna say a mess, but that too. So I hope these tips helped you out, or at least gave you some new things to add to your repertoire, because I've been bottoming for over a decade now, and even today I learn new things.
And if you have any niche bottoming tips that work for you, leave those in the comments down below. Maybe you can help somebody else out.
Leave a like if you enjoy these kinds of intro episodes.
And of course, last but not least, please don't forget to check out today's sponsor, Fume, helping you switch up your bad habits and try something new. Check them out in the description down below.
But whether you're a bottoming mess or you're just in distress, you might need a safe word. And today's safe word is...
Oh my God, oh, take it out. That would make me stop immediately.
I hope.
That would make me stop.
If someone's in pain, stop.
I'm too much of a soft dom. I can't even, I can't do it.
But regardless of that, leave other tips that you guys have down in the comments below.
If you like ringing bells, ring that bell and you might get notified of our next video.
And if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like so that we know what episodes you guys want to see in the future. But otherwise, don't forget to subscribe and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Leave a like if you're a bottom, leave a comment if you're a top.
And if you're somewhere, if you're a verse, you know, do both.
Do both.
Yeah, do both.
Why not?
Oh
Treat
my
yourself.
God.
Treat yourself.
How is that treating themselves? Doing more work?
Yeah. You know?
And if you're a top that flakes on someone after they've cleaned out, jail.
Jail.
Immediate.
Straight to jail.